Greetings, my excellent friends. We still have a considerable amount of undiscovered map on the left side of Baldur's Gate's lower city. And so help me, we shall uncover it stream by stream. Also got the official update video for the next season of Sea of Thieves, which they've added like half of it already, and they're adding like the other half next week. But by that I mean they gave you the big content update to download. They've changed the theme music. They've moved like the biggest chest to the new place and unlocked the next level of completion for that, so everybody who already had 90 can now work on getting 120. But they haven't added all the main like features they're adding, like the new weapons and shit. I think what I find most fascinating and like the coolest is the new throwing knives, right? Because you can choose to take the throwing knives as one of your two weapons. They're adding two weapons, a new gun and the new throwing knives. And like any other weapon, you have to pick two. So now instead of 4, there's 6 options and 2 slots. But if you take throwing knives as one of your 2 slots, and you throw it at someone, and you miss them, and it lands in a wall, or on the floor, or whatever, and that person walks over, they can pick up the knife, despite them not having it as one of their 2 weapons. They can pick up the knife and throw it at whatever they want. So if someone misses you, you can just be like, oh, hey, do you want this back? Now, my chances of actually pulling off that maneuver are somewhere in the range of slim and none, and my chances of having that done to me if I ever decide to use the throwing knives are higher than I'd like, but I like it in theory. I have a healthy respect for that setup. But like my thoughts hearing about that is, oh, so I don't take the knives then. Don't actually take the knives yourself. Just wait until someone gives you one. Is a gift. Yeah, this is a sprawl city. There's 2 types of cities. There's planned cities where everything's in a grid, and then there's sprawl cities. You can most easily see this if you compare the central business district of Melbourne to the central business district of Sydney. The layouts. One of them is a very orderly grid. The other is not. Anyway, I think we'd stood in front of this house because we still had to enter it. This one here. But I'd entered the one next to it. This was, yeah, the home of Alexander Rainforest, the no longer alive. And home of the second last bit of clown. So that we now have Karlach carrying almost an entire body. Well, an entire body from the neck down, which isn't quite enough. Sadly.
Seems simple enough.
The bibliophile.
Oh. No one will publish me. My friend, tragedy has struck. Remember the invitation you wrangled for me to visit Volo's salon? The moment I saw him, I couldn't help but fall to my knees, speechless before such a great man. As I babbled like a fool, all of his writerly friends poked jibes at me until I felt forced to flee for shame. Now all of the literary gate is mocking me before I've even published a single story. I fear no one shall publish me now, ever. Whatever should I do? Rare book request. Is there any chance you have in stock Legendary Men, the Girdle of Masculinity? I've been looking for this account for a long time, so many poke fun when I ask after it. I'm convinced the girdle isn't a myth, and I intend to don it myself when I find it one day. Any other texts mentioning the relic would make my day. This is a reference to an infamous item in Baldur's Gate 1 that I would imagine would be handled differently if it were in a game released today, so I don't think it's in this game, but it's not the Girdle of Masculinity. It's not its full name. But this is a belt, a cursed belt, called the Girdle of Masculinity / Femininity. All it does, you put it on, and it's a cursed item, so you can't remove it without a spell. Put it on, and it immediately changes your body to that of the other biological sex. Baldur's Gate 1 being programmed in such a way that a character is set to be either male or female, that was a pretty simple process for the belt. All it does is just reverse whatever the character's set was. Doesn't change their voice, partially because then you'd need to have like alternative voices for every fucking NPC in the game just based around one cursed item, so they're not going to do that. And it doesn't change their like character portrait, but it changed their little character model. That was it. That was all it did. Shine! But would you put it on Eldoth? Then when you tell him to go fuck himself, he might actually consider it. Now, yeah, so the issue with an item like that is, I guess, the more broader questions of gender and, like, you know... A modern understanding of the binary when applied to that item might have a hard time. But yeah, no, in a world like Baldur's Gate or a world like D&D, I imagine somebody who is trans would have the option to take a magical solution to their problem. Which is great for the folks who want that, but... Yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 being from the late 90s was not thinking in those terms. The point of the as a product of the late 90s, the point of that item was haha funny, right? They did a similar thing in Baldur's Gate 2 where a character's companion quest actually had them turned into a woman by accident. They were, Edwin, the evil wizard, was searching for a scroll of, like, power, and he was trying to make the scroll of power work, and whoopsie, it turned him into a woman. Ha 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 ha, that's very funny. Not a joke I would suggest making these days, but yeah, that was Baldur's Gate 2's reuse of the same programming, though they didn't have the cursed belt. But yeah, where it's being written differently here, Girdle of Masculinity, that would imply that it's entirely focused on masculinity, and that wearing it would push you in that direction. So that would be simpler and easier to work with if there was a Girdle of Masculinity and a Girdle of Femininity, and they both just took whoever wore it in one solid direction. That would be easier to Nancy Greta. So we do have some more books in here. We have a manuscript. Yeah, no, it's more likely that the guy doesn't... well, he wasn't talking about the girl, he was talking about a book about the girl. So whoever wrote that book wrote it wrong. This book, the completed manuscript of an adventure story in draft, is covered with notes in Nancy Greta's hand. A few red-inked phrases stand out amidst the chaos. This isn't landing, I don't buy it, doesn't ring true. Did you mean to do it like this? Could do with another pass. Ha! Get rid of whatever this is. Good flow. Alright, I buy it. Seriously? Ah, like this? No. It will be good. But it's not there yet. The Illustrated Adventures of Baldur. We've read that. The bibliophile recommends. I won't bother making broad recommendations to my readers. The diversity of your preferences is so broad that what tickles one would offend another. Instead, let me offer my suggestions by category. Oh god, that's a good point. Yeah, legendary men, girdle of masculinity. You think that's a... Yes! No, no, the writer of that is a man who thinks it's a fucking dick spell. Not a trans man. The diversity of your preferences is so broad that what tickles one would offend another. Instead, let me offer my suggestions by category. Reference books: The Life of Gorion by E.M. Sparks, a highly detailed biography of the great arcanist of Candlekeep, which spares no details regarding the upbringing of his now famous ward. Fun Guy Forever by Schwartz, a must-have reference for city forages. Mysteries. Who am I? By Gloria Gercom. One halfling's search to discover her family of origin, ending with a twist so unexpected I jumped out of my seat. The Girl with Sparkles in Her Hair by Saba Babin. A love story turned murder mystery, equal parts heartwarming and heart-wrenching. Poetry. Under These Moons by Thasidae Gatework. A collection of poetry by Baldurian tieflings, the first compilation of its kind, and utterly unforgettable. And there's nothing else obvious, because unfortunately reading her shelves is a crime, so if she's got anything interesting in those, I can't access them without, you know, killing her.
Back again? I know a reader when I see one. What'll it be?
We have never spoken. Why do you think we're back? Since I'm way past the area now, you're sad that I didn't stumble upon your favorite lore book in the game. Yoshimo is willing? Someone never met him. Oh my god! You know, I probably should have guessed this. But what have I read and what have I not? Fuck. We've definitely read A Brush with Evil on Hags. I think we've read a primer on Mythical Beasts, but I could buy it anyway. We could just buy them all and look through them. They're not worth much. $800 goldery doos. Well, we've definitely read You've Got Friends in the Guild. We've read that. It was on your fucking table. We've read that. Read that. Read that. Read that. Read that several times. We've read Mother of Halflings. We've read the book about eels. We've read the one about Gond, but I actually want to buy that because it was funny, and I had to like reload for that one. Good enough.
If a book's dog-eared, you know it's good. That's my rule.
I'm gonna be here for a bit. Oh, we definitely read about miniature giant space hamsters. That one's done. I think we've read this one too. For I fell prey to a green hag. I think we've read this one as well. Evil beings, hags, lies, magic, deceit, illusions, black metal lure their victims in. Strung me along, tempted me with my wildest dreams. I once bested a glabrezu. Surely I could handle a green hag. While I've escaped, I spend every waking moment in fear that either her or one of her sisters will come for me. I rescind my previous guides to dealing with a hag. Run and pray she does not follow. Personally, my vote is kill her, but whatever you want. You should not ever pray to Baal, the savage lord of murder. We've read that one. Mihail is the lord of song. Pray to him for inspiration. Hear his call and sing along. Let his art be your salvation. How come I couldn't be a cleric of that one, then? Merkel is the lord of death, of hopelessness and ending things. He'll come for all at their last breath, lords and peasants, crooks and kings. Mistra, goddess of all mages, she provides and tends the weave. Revered by many through the ages, all magic we from her receive. And if she calls up 47, you're going straight to fucking heaven. Lyra, lady of deception, the goddess who wears many masks. Invoke her name, avoid perception. She hides her lies and secret tasks. For joy to Lyra... Lyra? Yeah, it's L-L-I-I. Not Lilira. Or Lil... Well, I can't worship her. I can't say her fucking name. Find her presence in festivals. Do not give idleness a chance. Loviatar's pleasure is your pain, your scars and offerings. Scourge, candle, whip, cane... And, come on. Adopters of culture. Right, the half-orc one, we've read that. Half of these I just bought for no reason, eh? An open heresy. Yep, that's the one saying that Sharon Saloon, eh? We've read that. As Archduke, Lord Gortash's top priority will be public works to ensure that the city's streets, sewers, docks, and most importantly its walls and gates are properly maintained. No policy can be more important. Oh, we had a bot. Smoozle, hello. No policy can be more important than getting the sewer kobolds off of strike. I am doing well, Smoozle. I think of you whenever somebody gives me 5 gift subs, so I associate you with wealth and prosperity. Did we read Baldur's Bones? Not a novel about necromancy, but a dice game that's clattered across thousands of tables in the city of Baldur's Gate. The rules involve making a pirate, most ape Baldur and the Sailor, but you can invent your own, and rolling 37-sided dice called Unfortunables.
I never affiliate with anyone who isn't prepared to drown me in money.
Thank you, Blue Moon. These are rolled against a chart of outcomes, the interpretation of which is controlled by one player who has not made a pirate, titled Unfortunate One. These fictional pirates tend to have grisly ends because the chart is cruel and the dice... Oh, the dice are worse. These days we're playing Baldur's Gate on weekdays and Sea of Thieves on weekends, although I'm also playing Sea of Thieves an unconscionable amount of my own off-stream time. At least until the next 14 expansion, then I'll pick that up again. How do I like it? I picked it up a month ago and I have 200 hours. See if you can math that out. Obviously, I think it's garbage. Or maybe I just don't have a life. Baldur's Gate and the dialectics of plunder. There can be no doubt that the patriarch families of the upper city affect such an air of reserve and respectability because they are all too aware that their fortunes are founded on bloodshed, pillage, and exploitation. No one speaks now of Zeremiah Eltan, who founded the Flaming Fist as a ruthless mercenary company that slaughtered and burned for... I've read this! Fuck the fist, though. Yeah, I like completing things, so Sea of Thieves has like a bunch of achievements to do, and that's good. Also, the second stream I ever did of it, a random guy showed up and invited me to his guild. So Sea of Thieves is a lot of fun when you are in a galleon with 3 people who have been playing for 5 years and can sink anybody they come across. AFAF? What's that supposed to be? All fists are fuckable? I hope not. Born to be wild. In this magical adventure, the one and only Elminster explains the inaccuracies to Volo of his accounts of the mating rituals of the Feywild with very graphic demonstrations. This unlicensed and certainly libelous pamphlet describes its contents. Broom and Bucket, a collection of anecdotes about kobolds in Baldur's Gate. It seems a tribe of the industrious little scaly creatures were employed by the city to take care of sanitation. Sewer workers, drain wardens, waste disposers. In recent times, the city has been perplexed and thoroughly nose-wrinkled by their departure. When asked about their disappearance, one citizen said, "Yeah, right, hope they turn up. Meantime, who's going to broom up my piss and bucket my shit?" I can relate to that, Smoozle. I would say that this is probably the most worthwhile full-price game around. However, I didn't pay for it, so I feel like I can't say that without disclosing it. I'm playing this as a result of a generous gift from Blue Moon. I would absolutely say, though, that no matter what price you buy it at, you would have a very good time. So waiting for a sale, or if the sales aren't very generous yet, waiting longer until the sales get good is super valid. I would, yeah. Because that would be where I would be if not for that gift. I would not have been playing it these past few months. I would have probably waited a year or two. And I wouldn't have minded that. That's what I do for a lot of games. One day I'll play the Final Fantasy VII remakes, but I'm not in a hurry, right? I love the original and would very much like to play those, but I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to wait till they're out on Steam. I'm going to wait till they're cheap, I mean, the first one's almost there, but being that it's a series. Corsairs of Luskan. This cultural analysis spends a good number of pages on Luskan. Tucked like a gold filling, or some would say a pus-filled abscess, at the mouth of the river Mirar, Luskan is a city of merchant princesses, swarthy bandit princes, and the most diverse, cutthroat, and fractured cabal of pirates on Toril. Torn into factions, these piratical groups are known as ships. Here the book details each faction with a frankly dizzying attention to detail. The one point of interest is that the ship Kurth faction are in fact controlled by a secret mercenary company of drow. You know me so well, Guan. Not necessarily. If I get the impulse, I might play 1 and 2. But see, my problem with Final Fantasy VII is that my preferred party in Final Fantasy VII is Vincent and Cid. And from what I've come to understand, those two are like the only ones that aren't full party members yet in either fucking game. Now, I understand that the first one, because it's old Midgard stuff, but apparently the second is like they show up, but they're not added to the team. So that decreases my enthusiasm. Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of the turn-based stuff of the past, very rarely do you find a big game that uses turn-based. There's this, and then there's shit like XCOM, right? Like this. But it's funny to me that this is now like the example of modern turn-based, because that's not Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate was real-time with pause, and it's a very awkward system that I think is much improved in this game by tossing that out and giving us actual turns, but it's funny to me. Anyway, Smoozle, have you played the original Baldur's Gates at all? Oh, for the love of fuck. One moment. Yeah, when I replay the Baldur's Gates, I always just whack on the story mode because God, it's has long since aged out of comfortability in terms of the game's combat system. The enhanced editions did not fix that. I only asked Smoozle because if you had played the old games, you might identify something spoilery if you paid too much attention to what I'm doing, because I'm pretty late game. As you haven't, none of it's gonna make any sense to you, so don't worry. You absolutely don't need any experience with Baldur's Gate to enjoy this. There are things that are written in here for people who had that experience, so they can go, ah! Like I did several times, but doesn't take away from it at all. Even Trails is swapped to fucking real time. Oh my god. That's a good idea, Smoozle. I mean, what I'm doing right now is I just went to the bookshop and I'm reading all the books because I'm that guy. We've definitely read Death and Divinity, right? Yeah. Although this is important. For countless aeons it was Jurgle, the lord of the end of everything, presided over mortality with his unblinking stare until even he grew weary. The dead three must have thought themselves conquerors when they came for him, yet he used their ambitions to free himself. Disorders of the nerves and mind? Yeah, we've read that one. Got a Saravok mention, that's cool. Gnome Father, Garl Glittergold, we've read about him. The Shattered Seldarine. Yes, we've read that. What's this one called? Book of Prayers to Kelemvor, Judge of the Dead. A little saccharine in places one or two have genuine merit. Meh. The Watch and the Steel Watcher. Yes, we've read that. Lessons for Sensible Living, How to Survive in Cities. You'll like this book, Smoozle. Lessons for Sensible Living, Cities and How to Survive Them. 1. The simplest piece of advice for sensible folk is to avoid cities entirely. 2. On marketplaces. People often tell me, Harrington, my fleeces and turnips are worth more in a city market than at the local village fair. Fools! To them I say, your fleeces and turnips will be robbed long before you reach the market square, and you will have only a few lumps and bruises to take home. 3. On taverns. All sensible folk enjoy draining a mug of locally produced ale in the company of their friends, but some of you may have heard tell of the extravagant taverns that populate the cities of the Sword Coast. If bawdy names like the Blushing Mermaid and the Wizard's Stave were not sufficient warning of their impropriety, let it be known that you will be robbed long before you finish your first tankard, and will have only a few lumps and bruises for company. 4. On sewerage. Belike you keep a pot by your bedside and cast out the leavings into a communal pit in the morning. Sensible and cleanly behaviour. Many cities have dispensed with such simple methods of hygienic leaving, and instead the waste of the inhabitants commingles and flows through great channels beneath the very streets. A breeding ground for mucky creatures. 5. On becoming lost. Cities are far too large, and you will become lost almost immediately. A fellow once told me that Baldur's Gate is actually 3 cities in one, an outer and inner and an upper. I believe he thought I'd be impressed, but I simply spat in his eye and sent him on his way. The wonders of Phandalin. In this year 950 DR, there can hardly be a more prosperous and fortunate town than Phandalin. Phandelver's pact has brought prosperity to this land, splitting the wonders of Wave Echo Cave between gnomes and dwarves. The town now boasts thriving communities of both peoples, living and working together in harmony. We have also tempted human spellweavers from all across town to the north. From all across the north to our town, who are happy to work side by side with the allies of Phandelver's Pact. Mayor Alderleaf invites you to come and witness this miracle yourself. See the powers being uncovered in the Forge of Spells and the prosperity this power brings. I dare say Neverwinter will soon have a new rival for title of Jewel of the North. That one was boring. Old Baldur's Mouth letters page. No love for a little razzle-dazzle. The recent profusion of disruptive fireworks plaguing our fair city is absolutely unsupportable. I feel like I'm living in a war zone. Reply from fellow Gears Fireworks. Dear Sir, please reply with your personal address that we may post you a crate of Twizzlers, hot shandies, and Rizzle sticks to lighten up your mood. Better yet, stop into fellow Gears Fireworks yourself and we can review some of our newer stock. Fellow Gears Fireworks is now just a graveyard of corpses after my visit. Oh, a circular from the Church of Ogma. I think we've read this. It's them asking, please stop sending us bullshit in the mail. On educating the faithful. An excerpt from a lengthy speech by Grand Matron Teray, first delivered in Menzo Baranzan. Praise be to Lolth, mother of all drow! Her web binds us, body and soul, and strangles the unworthy before they can draw breath. Those who stand before me have proven their worth. You shall educate all new converts to Lolth's laws using any means necessary. Many of them fear the goddess, as they should, but their faith is not yet true. Their minds are simple and should be treated accordingly. They must follow the order of every priestess like a sacred decree. They must never cover their eyes and insult Lolth's gift. They must honor the house that raised them from their pathetic treasonous origins. They must keep our secrets upon pain of death. Ensure that death is public should the time ever come. Lolth smiles on those who are creative in matters of torture. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Ha 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 ha. One night in Nashkel. The cover of this pulp erotica describes the contents. After months of imprisonment in the Nashkel mines, Enchanter Zan cannot bear his solitude any longer, and decides to pleasure himself with the only companion he has, his sentient sword, the Moonblade. It breaks my heart Grefter isn't here right now. I'm going to keep this one. I've read that. I think we've read about the spell plague. Maybe not. This book is comprised of several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand descriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Cornelius and Temelius Worthywart, halflings encountered on the Golden Road south of Innerlith. I met the brothers, or rather they found me, in a lower pass through the Firesheer Mountains. They had encountered a trail of golden discs along the path, and had resolved to gather and return them to whatever fool had more coin than common sense. It was to our mutual embarrassment, then, that I removed my cloak to reveal my patchwork yellow hide. It was molting season, I explained, and a traveller on the road had not the luxury to shed their scales in private, as would be proper. I suspect they knew too little of Dragonborn to be appropriately disgusted, and instead invited me to sup with them. Ew. Over a roadside fire, I learned of the purpose behind their journey. Loiren, my lad, our ancestral home. It was lost during the spell plague. Weren't nothing lost, Con. It's not Nan's lucky Nashers, is it? It sank. Wasn't I there when the blue fire took it? Sure, what do you remember? You were knee-high to a gnome. I remember you crying. Maybe it was you that sank the place, going back to finish the job. Watch that lip, lest I fatten it. Only a fool speaks ill of his homeland. Their brows were bristling dangerously, and so I diverted hostilities by speaking of my own people's ancestral home, the blighted world of Abir and the 1,000-year tyranny of dragons we lived under, until the blue fire of the spell plague brought us to this world. Right. Another potato? I had another potato. Yeah, we've read about the brave and suicidal act of journalism. The outer city. Overland travelers nearing Baldur's Gate have been known to smell the city before they can see it, thanks to the outer city. Respectable travelers should never dawdle in such a place. Yeah, I think we read that. Scaled Scions of Abir. Common misconceptions about Dragonborn abound, including the falsehood that they are the result of breeding between dragons and non-draconic species. Dragonborn are their own distinct phenomenon, hailing from the twin planet of Toril, Abir, which was given over to the Primordials long ago. For millennia, Dragonborn lived in bondage beneath Dragon Masters, until they escaped Abir during a cataclysm called the Spell Plague. Now residents of Toril, they abhorred slavery, dragons and their tyranny, and indeed a good deal of theism and religious worship. Is this a roundabout explanation as to why Dragonborn exist in 5e but didn't in 2e? So, like, the Forgotten Realms existed without them, and then, oh shit, we got a new race and we need to shove it into our pre-established land. Fuck it, they're from another planet. Tusky Grins. Excerpt from Joyce Ringwarble's Tusky Grins. What I don't understand is why they are not simply rounded up and sterilized. When I confront people with that idea, some nod and smile and make placid little comments. Some grimace or laugh and move swiftly on. Some actually recoil. And there are those who grow angry, and it is to them I relate this story. My cousin Penelope spent her life championing half-orcs, and all piggy-eyed orcish peoples, in her writing. She interviewed and befriended many of their kind, and one day, without warning, one of them took her daughter from her crib, and he ate her. Not gobbled up, nothing fairy tale here. He chewed the child's fingers while she screamed and waved a bloody stump. And he smiled at my cousin. That was what drove her mad, I think. Beware, dear reader. Beware their tusky grins. Right, so because there was one horrendous fucking criminal, you would like to sterilize an entire race. Nah. Tales, featuring a deck of 70 to 78 Oh, Talus. 70 to 78 cards. Talus occupies a place alongside chess and drafts as one of those games that carbuncular gentlemen play over warming mugs of ale at the back of taverns, or over vile, flavourless biscuits in the dining room corner at every major familial celebration, including birthdays. It is a deck allowing the players to access to games of vast strategic depth involving 4 suits and 1 trump suit called the Major Arcana. These games include Whist, Poker, Elemental Empires, Old Wizard, and Let's Just Make a Card Tower. I can hardly see I've had that many pints, lads. The Annals of Baldur's Gate. Read that. We've read most of The Approachable East, I think. The harming of cats is strictly forbidden. A thoroughly civilized land. I didn't know you wrote a book for this game, Bloomer. This is the one where he gets lured to Thay, and then he has to stay there, I think. Yeah. Come to Thay. Thay is beautiful. Rashomon means nothing to me now. Tamora Lady Luck. I think I've read that. Yeah. A list of oaths and sayings to incur Timora's blessing. By Lady Luck's smile. Turntable Timora, I invoke thee. By the rolling of my dice, please let these results be nice. Spin, spin, O fickle fate wheel. Lady of the diamond glitter dice, mistress of good fortune, sovereign of luck, please have mercy on me, for fuck's sake. This anthropology treatise describes the clan unions of the Dragonborn. It paints a bleak picture of an indomitable ancient duty. The Dragonborn are not allowed to choose their mates. The vote for nest mates is determined by an electoral council and exists for the sake of political and military union alone. The concept of love is not spoken, not even named in the Dragonborn tongue. The book then goes into vast detail about how the Dragonborn genitals internally retract if exposed unnecessarily, with excessively narrated situational descriptions. If exposed unnecessarily. The book is called The Egg Duty Clan Call. This excerpt from the Gates Pub Crawl Guide suggests that more than one drink was imbibed during its writing. Everyone goes on about the elf song. How iconic it is. How interesting its ghost is. Well, boo, I say. I wish to have music. Drama. And I can't with a spirit jealous enough to stop anybody's self-performing. Therefore, it is with stupendous delight that I suggest many other glorious boozing establishments. Take the Blushing Mermaid, where you can watch Shimmer the Siren dazzle the crowd, or simply enjoy its swashbuckling patrons sing shanties and beat one another into oblivion. Or mayhaps you fancy a delightful venue with live music and the most sour waitstaff you've ever met. If so, the Singing Lute is for you. Tucked away by the harbour, it's perfect for a romantic evening. If nothing else, Henk's delightful demeanour will make you grateful for your beloved. However, there remains another watering hole. One that only the most daring, the most courageous of patrons should go. Should you wish to test your mettle and rub shoulders with the city's secret underbelly, I can only tell you this. Enjoy the Guildhall. Your axe got broke. Maglubiot, your axe got broke, your whips don't sting, your priests all croaked. Show your face and we'll take your eyes, then chop you down to goblin size. The absolute will make you kneel, beg and grovel, bleed and squeal. Pretty sure I read that in the goblin camp. Jesus Christ. I'm going to read this again just because I like it. Reading the introduction to this religious text, it's clear the author had a dirty thesaurus handy. For some reason, she's also written in phonetics, as if she were dictating to a team of terrified scribes. Right, you rump-fed rabbit stewards of the shite bin. Here's a fact for your cap. Gond be the finest of the big gods. He dunny fuck around with a wee teensy back and forth of the minuscule gods. He forges, pal, and he dunny trick with tartly dogberries. Know how I know? His servants are fucking hard, and I mean log up the arse hard. Live by the anvil, die by the anvil. Great artisans, even in that cock-throating heap of gargle, Baldur's Gate. In that city, the Gondians have built steel watchers, huge buggers to keep the peace. Marvel they are. First time I saw one, almost passed out from sheer fucking delight, so I did. That's a religious book. It's called Gond and Gripping Life by the Tongs. Anyway, that's the library. Let's go upstairs. Oh, that took an hour. In my defense, there's not going to be any more bookshops, right? Ours is a coming-of-age story. Our protagonist creates the magical world into which he is cast and heralded as a god, a hero, the greatest of the great. Jonathan is tasked then not to ascend to heroics, but to descend back into the chaos and disappointment of the real world with his senses intact. For indeed, what happens if you reach paradise at the end of adolescence? Is it worthwhile to stay in the spires of imagination, or is there true heroism in returning to the complicated world, the real world, leaving fantasy behind? And I think we've already read the butler's cane has a knob on the end. Yes, we have.
How much did you drink, you idiot, Ducal? Can't risk being in open view.
Let's rob the book lady. Money. First draft characters. Protagonists. Jonathan Allez, born and raised in the quiet town of Emin, he dreamed of escaping the workaday routine of school, work and leisure. But Jonathan sought something beyond a life of adventure or travel. He wanted to create worlds of his own imagination. Jennifer Valen, reared in the northerly lands of Boss, Jennifer was fascinated with the natural world, its creatures, physics, mysteries yet to be discovered. Though she excelled in alchemy, she couldn't shake the feeling there was a key truth still waiting just beyond reach of the natural world as she knew it. Dragon's Son, a great warghound twice the size of his litter mates, Dragon's Son set out in search of a worthy companion for his travels. Fears nothing in all the realms except for Tressims. First draft world. The story begins on a road outside Eamon, where Jonathan is practicing the magic needed to manifest his imaginary world Hybermore into existence. It is a standard dirt footpath amid rolling green hills. Little is described in specific of the world in which our protagonists first reside. This is intentional. I wish our readers to fill in the normal world according to their own standards and tropes, such that this story feels as universal as possible. Hybermore is a land of frosted peaks, ice-glass lakes, and cozy villages nestled at the foot of great mountains. Ice fairies patrol the land in service of Queen Tumbra, who presides over the entire realm and has for all time. Jonathan's arrival will mean the fulfillment of prophecy. He is destined to rule alongside her as God King until the end of days. Fuck, that sounds boring.
Never wanted the easy path. Don't waste a step.
Right. What's this building?
Join us at the famous Singing Lute Basement Bar. Good ale for good coin. All welcome.
Oh, the Singing Lute is right here. And this is Hank's home. Right above it. This is... Ah, yes, this is where Karlak and I had our date.
Better not be cursed.
Drink up at the Singing Lute. Local brews and specialty imports available.
We have Fuchsia Vine Shoot and Redondo Log.
You'll have to excuse us. My darling and I are enjoying the view of the city.
Gods, I can't stand this place.
The singing lute.
Hello, Tender Hank. How are you?
Get off my property!
That's no way to talk to a paying customer.
Bleeder!
What? Can I get something to drink?
Do it yourself.
Well, they weren't wrong about the wait staff. Right, I feel good about robbing this man. Let's go do it.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
Is that Steel Watcher about to see me?
Best get in and out.
Wait for them. Come on.
This calls for careful footwork.
What do we got? A Modest Guide to Sword Coast Wine and Moxie's Mixology Manual. A crass but very comprehensive guide to mixing drinks. It also advises mixologists not to identify themselves as a mixologist in conversation. Say you're a bartender or a cocktail maker if you must. Mixologist makes you sound like a pillock. Sommelier's Guide to Wines found along the Sword Coast. Praises some, claims that the others are suitably for consumption as bugbear taint.
Best keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, fuck off. For some reason that one's illegal to read. Lyrical draft. My heart's an empty vase, looking for roses, looking for posies and pansies, a little colour. Brighten up my world, won't you? Brighten up my world, won't you? Let your little petals fall in my clear glass heart. Oh, Hank. Now, we're not going to steal that from him.
Path lies before me.
Henk House. Keep out.
Hank House.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Shove off, soldier. You're not my type.
Right then. There's another door down here.
Hey, mate, you look pretty well geared up. Could you spare a healing potion?
Why, are you sick? You don't look wounded to me.
No, but I expect to be. Once Helbert Hune's thugs catch up with me.
The Hune family, they're rich patriarchs in the upper city, aren't they? Must be rich if they could afford to hire thugs to attack a flaming fist.
So rich they piss in golden pots. Or at least that's what Henrietta tells me. She's Hulbert's daughter.
Oh!
We was engaged. Secretly. But now it seems she's set to marry Dirk Rillin. I tried to see Hen, but Papa had other ideas.
Who wants to marry a man named Dirk? Why don't you get some of the other fists to help you?
Have you got bugs in your head? The fists don't mess with wealthy patriarchs. They've got the watch to back them up. And nowadays, the watch comes in a steel variety, in case you haven't noticed. I'll take my lumps.
I'm deeply moved by your plight, Manip. Accept this healing potion, and best of luck to you.
Ah, my favourite flavour too. Thanks, mate. Don't fall for any patriarch's daughters.
And don't you look at me and notice when I start opening this illegal door.
Better be cautious.
The singing lute. Kitchen closed during the day. Come back for dinner.
But this game doesn't have a day-night system. More food, please. I dined in your fine establishment the other day, and I just wanted to say, incredible! Top-notch nosh. Why on earth do you only open in the evenings? Is your chef a vampire or something? If so, get the lad or lass some curtains for the kitchen and have them serve up some grub. I'd gladly stop by every day for lunch if your kitchen would only be open.
Best be on my way.
Reservations open for dinner tonight. For a meal that will warm your
Durian soul.
Durian soul. The singing lute.
For a meal that will warm your balls. Music and lyrics bard dance. Right.
Should mind my step.
Well, that's the singing lute. Why is the water myrmidon still at the bookshop? Can you warp over there?
Let's get going.
Very good. Now join us.
One day I'll catch a break.
Got a dock warehouse here? Flim Cargo, huh? Flim was the name of the house that had Gortash's parents, wasn't it?
Bit busy, mate. We need to get these cleared before the next shipment arrives.
Please. I need to get this done.
You sound well.
10 days, maybe more.
This was the one with the sewer entrance, not the cobblers. That makes sense.
I should speak up.
Cadogan.
Should have docked her under one of those cranes and let the pulleys do the lifting.
Listless. How you feeling?
Blast it. This cargo's heavy as lead. And I've got lumbago issues.
Bosun Charlie.
My last decent mate joined the Flaming Fists. Now I'm stuck with these two lugs.
Why don't you join the Flaming Fist with him?
I'd like to get this tub out of here before they tighten the blockade.
Double metal doors. We cannot see in.
I'll give it a shot.
Flim Cargo. All imports and exports duly handled in accordance with the Trades Act as decreed by the Council.
Is there any reason not to break into this place right now? Are there any sort of quest that will lead me here if I be patient? I'm thinking not that door because it's too public facing, but we can leap up here and then get ourselves into this. Although this is actually quite close to the... Right, I've been there. I sent Astarion that far. I didn't send him over the line to here. Okay, we can leave this for now. What's happening here?
Greetings, citizen.
Never have anything interesting to say.
These sad little citizens actually think we'll let them off the hook if they complain loudly enough. What dopes.
Right then.
Call for a coffin cart.
Rox Flunter.
Helm's glory, the finest Marsember ice wine, and these fists want to confiscate it. I doubt their palates would even appreciate it.
Fix Rock Botham?
I'm in the right here. Strong drink qualifies as contraband, even thin piddle like Balor's ale.
Narrator's note, she was not in the right here.
If we don't deliver this Balor ale to the Blushing Mermaid, the folk there are going to get ugly. Oh, uglier.
Dead crabs? Labor-free fishing.
What's that?
I don't know, but it's not legal to click on. Look at this, Boss Towhill, but don't touch, you might mess it up. Beautiful, isn't it? Clever, too. Using balanced weights, this thing can do my fishing for me while I take a nap. In fact, I think I'll go do that now and just come back later to collect my string of labor-free halibut. Meanwhile, you can figure out how big of a raise you're going to give me. Pillow Slafret. Well, actually, I don't need you anymore now that I can do this. You're made redundant. Sacred shark recipes. It is now and ever a virtue to consume of the sea that which consumes in the sea. Shark, barracuda, moray eel, and kuotoa. All are blessed by the Sea Queen to feed her faithful and blessed. Find below, organized by primary ingredient, a variety of simple but refreshing recipes to be eaten on any of her holy days and beyond.
I'd kill for a pint of mermaid's breath. These city brews ain't got much bite to them.
Dolivar Newt.
If it ain't bad genes, it's too many years of salt in the eyes. Can't see further than a gull can shet.
Right. Matey Talhamper.
Look for striped sails, they said. Every other ship's got stripes on its sails. Like asking us to look for a fish with a tail.
Well, good luck. What building is this that I'm underneath? I don't know.
Whoa, whoa, mate.
Whoa.
This is the last place you need to be. Clear off, yeah?
Where did you come from? Why can't I be here?
2 words. Guild business. Only an idiot gets between them and their shipments.
You didn't hear? I'm the new guild representative. I've been dying to get my hands on that shipment.
Why didn't you lead with that? I trust you're gonna balance the books too, yeah?
Wait, now hang the fuck on. Depends, you got everything be ordered?
Oh, yeah. Weapons, drugs, bit of fire wine. You know, the usuals.
We've got like 42,000 bucks, fuck it.
Pleasure as always. Better clear it out before the fish get here. You know how they are.
Cool. Where am I? I legitimately don't know. Like, we're all here in this corner. Where is the man that we just spoke to?
Looking ahead.
Surely at least we gotta get down the ladder first.
Nice to meet a guildie. Put in a good word for me, yeah?
Is that a steel watcher?
Let's not hang around. The Fist have their hands full, but that doesn't mean a patrol won't come sniffing.
Did you give me things? Or do I have to pick them? I think I have to pick them up. Yeah, hand crossbows, some infernal iron, arrow of ice, arrow of many targets, arrow of beast slaying, alchemist fire, an acid vial, holy water. Do you mean without looting the boxes? Without convincing him you belong. Right. Secure area, I see.
New to the guild, are you? If you're not dead in a tindy, I might learn your name.
Same here, Dick.
This dock is closed until further notice by order of Lord Gortash.
Oh, that's interesting.
Ain't seen no new ships in a while, though.
Can the water elemental use a ladder? Because it got down all right. Yes! That ladder must be uncomfortably wet for whoever uses it next.
Won't win this war on our asses, Sounds worse than it is. I'll be all right.
Block has never been so hot. Good day, Governor. I got a copy of the Bladder's Mouth Gazette fresh off the presses for you. Good price too.
The bladder's mouth?
Oh, I mean the Baldur's Mouth Gazette, sorry. Please don't tell Mr. Edvard. He'd be ever so cross. Not to worry. There's a new edition every day.
Mm-hmm.
Stories, get right here! The printing block has never been so hot.
Drink up at the Singing Lute. Local brews and speciality imports available.
Well, here's the Blushing Mermaid, which, just as it was in Baldur's Gate 1, is built into a ship.
The Blushing Mermaid. Not my preferred drinking hole, dear readers. In fact, hole may be the perfect word to describe this tavern.
Oh, I need to speak to you immediately, Rint Sprigley.
The Blushing Mermaid is an adrift shipwreck in more ways than one. For starters... Excuse me? I must return to my work. The Baldur's Mouth Tavern Review doesn't write itself.
Now would it probably be a better read if it did. Flowery shite. Gannet, I've just had the worst night of my life. Yes, worse than the time with that bear in Chult. I'm in Calisham and I decided to hit up that bar everyone goes on about, the Copper Tap. You know, the one that makes its own award-winning brews? Well, I tried one. Tasted like flowers, had a wank on my tongue. I've knocked back 10 pints of ale since and I can still bloody taste it. Have a couple barrels of your swill ready next time I dock. I think that piss you call booze is the only thing that'll get this shite off my tongue. PJ Stubbs. Shimmer the Amazing! Mr. Shimmer, I've been to every one of your shows even though my dad says I'm too young for the Blushing Mermaid. You're the best performer I've ever seen in my whole life. Could you please teach me how to dance? You won't have to do much, I'm already super good. I can do 2 cartwheels in a row. I'll help you do your makeup, wash your sparkly outfits, do your hair, whatever you need. I'll be the best student you ever had on Illmater's word. I'll be at your show later. I'm the girl with blonde curly hair, which I think would look great with one of your blue ribbons in it, I'm just saying. Can't wait to get started. Lots of love, Mindy. Unpaid debts. Captain, heard that bollocks Bruno Indomicus is working off a debt at yours. He owes me a pretty penny on Baldur's bones, and I intend to collect. Tell him to send me one of his fingers, or better yet, do the deed yourself. I'll be checking the mailbox later. Better not be empty. Brinks. A different hand appears beneath the letter. Brinks, I ought to drown you in your own piss for such dramatics. Who do you think you are, 9 fingers? Try that shit with her, I dare you. As for Bruno, come find me at the Maid. We'll settle his debt and add it to his tab. No missing fingers needed. Bosun Gannet. Well, Gannet seems to take care of their people. No, don't do that. Good God. Don't think we've spoken to these two. Gary Orn and Dry Beldix.
You here for water too? Don't bother, it's broken. Just like the rest of our public services.
Might have to switch to ale if the water supply keeps failing.
I can think of worse fates, but we've been in here. Yes, yes, we have been in here. Hello again, you terrifying bitch.
I suppose they've got armies to deal with.
A little more work.
Will be restored.
He attacked that bottle like someone was going to give him a medal for it.
Dickon.
Unless the maid is on fire.
Oh, that plum prosecco. Oh God, never again. Never again. Solemn oath, solemn vow, solemn.
Yep. Oak Nuzzle.
And now these bonds, Dickon. You're wasted. Wasted.
And Bleary.
one last binge is just what we needed. Because tomorrow, we wake up as flaming fists.
Oh. Good for you. Try not to get killed. This guy's name is Drug Gag.
If everyone made room for a few more, there'd be no refugee crisis. City'd be better for it too.
There was an issue of Iron Man that had a side-on view of his helmet with his eyes and mouth that were too close together. Stanley asked, "Where's the nose?" As in, where would the nose fit?
Didn't bring much with him, of course. Not so much as a rattle.
Yeah, I think that was often a problem with his outfits. And then they did an Iron Man helmet with a nose attachment, and everybody thought it was the silliest thing they'd ever seen. Oh, yeah.
New to the city, are you? Don't worry. It's not as scary as it seems. How are your new guests settling in?
Well, the city's been a shock to them after all that time on the road.
Must have been a hard walk from El Terrell. They'll get used to it.
They made him remodel his helmet and give it a nose. Lee was displeased.
Fourth for me. City's going to shit.
I think I'm better now. Can't miss my first roll call for the fists.
Alright. Cash guards.
Try to stand up straight.
I am. Oh, that was a bad idea.
This uniform's neat, isn't it? But why am I... Oh, wait. I had a shift at the counting house. Oops.
How much did you drink, you idiot, Carl?
Just a bit of beer and wine and mead.
We have to go back to the counting house. What were you thinking?
Don't be a dry
The mermaid,
No one
faithful readers, has the tackiest architecture. Matched only in disappointment.
I'm off the clock, Carl. Or I would be if it weren't for this blithering idiot. If you've got business at the counting house, it's just down the road.
Oh, don't worry, I already robbed that weeks ago. Man crawled out of a mimic and everything. He's cleaned up now, it's fine. Yeah, we'll just keep talking to the people around the mermaid and then we'll go in.
Bit of drink never killed anyone.
Tell that to Glitterbeard. He'll have our heads.
Merry Fairweather.
It's so unfair. I tried to go to Duke Gorgeous' ceremony, but it was a closed event. All I wanted was a peek at him. He's gorgeous.
Is he, though?
That was a bad idea.
Tongs Stoneheart.
If I'm not swinging a hammer working, I'm swigging a mug here drinking.
Hiccups Borton. 6 health, drunk and unconscious.
People just bugger off and leave us be.
No, how are you?
Keep bloody wits about you in here. The captain is trying to keep it hush-hush, but I heard a kid got nabbed.
I know, the child is called Vanra, right?
Knew it. No wonder Captain Grizzly shoots daggers at anyone who mentions it. My guess, it's them squatters. Spotted a bunch of misfits sneaking into one of them boarded-up houses. Ugh, animals. Lord Gortash will find that kid and sort all this out. Just you wait.
No, I don't think I'll be doing that.
Sooner Lord Gortash cleans this place up, the better.
She looks like a vampire. Grimbus.
Wondrous news. Baldur's Gate has a new Duke. Gortash will do marvelously. Don't you think?
One moment.
Why is my beverage crunchy?
Nesha Lisha.
My friend dared me to come here alone for a couple of mugs of ale. So here I am.
Oh, you're the murder target. Yeah, you're a murder target.
Come on then, mate. Who would want me dead?
The ball sacks. I do. Time to die.
Oh, shit. You're serious. I can see it in your eyes. I've got shit! I've got a tab to settle. Shit!
Gortash may be smart enough to go, nope, not doing that as soon as he figured out what took the kid, or would he send his steel watch to... Yeah, well, steel watch would be a safe bet against a hag, right? And if not...
Bottoms up for our Baldur's Bones winners.
Well, Aussie Rob.
Tease up for the next session. Same time every 10 day.
I imagine combat starts. A very quick and easy combat, depending on whether or not the watch come and fight you before you finish it. Bugger off! 4 failures? Hang on, can I randomly dig? Yes, there it is.
Softer than a whisper.
And a picture of beer.
Best be on my way.
Did I talk to Grimbus? I think I did.
I had the joy of meeting Duke Gortash once.
Oh, really?
Well, I saw the back of his head as he passed in a carriage.
Oh.
But he had the most grandiose air.
Right.
The Blushing Mermaid.
We could enter here, or we could... Because there's a floor below, which I did notice. And there's another unconscious fella. Let's just check below.
We have to go back to the counting house.
We have to go back to the counting house. Oh, this is Shimmer. This is Syllabub Shimmer Fran, who is also drunk and unconscious. This is the magician. Right, there's nothing else down here, just the one person. And there's the news hawker. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, we've pretty much taken care of everything down here. It's just further over there that we've not. Okay, Blushing Mermaid it is. Let's, we've dealt with the murder target. Let's see now if we can deal with, investigate the Blushing Mermaid, the Blushing Mermaid, and save Vanra. I'm going to take my break here, quickly get some food in me. I know I didn't do much in this first half because of the damn books, but... So, again. Actually, I say I didn't do much, but then we've explored, like, this giant chunk, so it's alright. It's alright. Good night, Smoozle. When I come back, the mermaid shall blush.
used to be such a beautiful city.
Well, if this is good enough for a buccaneer, it's good enough for me.
Can't people just bugger off and leave us be?
Oh, the smell from this ale. My eyes are watering.
Oh, I hope Captain Grizzly signs my chapbook.
I swear, I don't see a single Baldurian here anymore.
Just be sure you're about to go down.
Yeah.
Was that... Why is my beverage crunchy?
What are you waiting for?
This used to be such a beautiful city.
Yes, you are. That's your warrior face.
I need to pick up the new Baldur's mouth.
Well, if this is good enough for a buccaneer, it's good enough for me. smell from this ale. My eyes are watering.
I swear, I don't see a single Baldurian here anymore.
Just be sure you're back before dawn.
Inside, Mary. What are you waiting for?
Was that... Why is my beverage crunchy?
This used to be such a beautiful city.
Well, if this is good enough for a buccaneer, it's good enough for me.
Can't people just bugger off and leave us be?
Oh, the smell from this ale. My eyes are watering.
I swear, I don't see a single Baldurian here anymore.
my beverage crunchy?
This used to be such a beautiful city.
Well, if this is good enough for a buccaneer, it's good enough for me.
Can't people just bugger off and leave us be?
Ooh, I hope Captain Grizzly signs my chapbook. I'll make sure I can sign it.
You know the captain won't wait for you, right?
Yes, I have sailed with him before, many times.
I swear, I don't see a single Baldurian here anymore.
Oh, the smell from this ale. My eyes are watering.
Yeah, yeah.
This used to be such a beautiful city.
Was that... Why is my beverage crunchy?
I need to pick up the new Baldur's Mouth. I hope it's about Zoltash.
people just bugger off and leave us be?
Well, if this is good enough for a buccaneer, it's good enough for me.
I swear, I don't see a single Baldurian here anymore.
Oh, the smell from this ale. My eyes are watering.
This used to be such a beautiful city.
Why is my beverage crunching?
I'm not. Yes, you are. That's your worry.
Can't people just bugger off and leave us be?
Well, if this is good enough for a buccaneer, it's good enough for me.
You know the captain won't wait for you, right?
Yes, I have sailed with him before. Many times.
Oh, the smell from this ale. My eyes are watering.
This used to be such a beautiful city.
Who says what?
Why is my beverage crunchy?
How many times have you been told to bugger off since I left?
I have a lot on my mind.
By this one. Anyway. We enter the curiously shaped tavern.
How much further can I go?
Jahira, memory of last time in this tap room is a little fuzzy. Did
Fear not, Rashomar. It has never been your way to overindulge. But you did offend one of my contacts by letting Boo paddle around in her tankard. Pewter, I believe. She cracked it over your head.
Oh, praise the three. Minsk was afraid he had shamed himself. I will leave a copper at the bar.
Best leave two. I correct her with my own afterward. She was drinking grog. Boo's backside could only have improved it.
I have sailed with him before, many times.
Anyway. There's people at the door here. Siggy and Svend.
You're going on a date? Are you joking?
The city is a hair's breadth from violence, and we're shipping off at first light.
So? I'll be back by then.
Mate, you'd be late to your own funeral. Look, skip the date, and I'll take you out the next time we port, all right?
Her eyes shine with concern and love, that of more than a friend.
Leave the angst for the romance novels. This woman loves you. Skip the date.
Love? Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. I'm worried about you, mate.
Ship wouldn't be the same without you.
Oh, come on. You know I'm a sucker for that soppy shit. Fine, no date. But let's say we grab another one here for the road. My treat.
Deal.
Entertainer, playing soon. God, we gotten inspired by a lot. Nudge Svend to accept Siggy's proposition. Rules in this bar. A list of bar rules written in a firm yet elegant hand. No fights. No magic decanters. The only BYOB we endorse is break your own bones. No gobbing in the glasses. You smack a passing server's bottom, you forfeit the offending hand. Get frisky with your partners elsewhere. You don't have to tip, but it does help us verify you aren't an arsehole. You spill it, you buy it. Drink plenty of water and let a staff member know if you feel sick or unsafe. Adventurers, leave your cares at the door. This is where you let your hair down, alright? 9 rules. Although the the paper it's written on appears to have diagrams of several fucking weapons as well. Not really sure what kind of asset reuse hell that is, but...
I'm sure the cook would be happy to share with you, so long as you like the smell of arms.
Only a couple of hundred.
Placer Verin.
Always been there for me. If you had to choose the red one or the blonde one, which should I? Which would you choose?
Red, it's the easy choice.
You're right. You're so right. Bosun, a red ale, please.
Beautiful red ale. The taste, the feel. How could I have doubted her?
No idea. Hello, Bosun Gannett.
No pissing or shitting. If you break it, you pay for it. Any fighting and Captain Grizzly will shank you. Got it?
Wow, okay. What if I really, really need to use the latrine?
Then piss in your cup. Like the rest of us.
I'll follow the rules.
Good. Welcome to the Blushing Mermaid. If you're here to complain that the booze tastes like piss, I know. Anything else?
Can I see your wares?
If you must.
God forbid I did some shopping at a place of business. Ah, he's just got food and drink and shit.
Enjoy the Blushing Mermaid. If you're here to complain that the booze tastes
I'm here
like
about the
piss,
missing
I know.
girl.
Gods above. Not again. You pull a knife on me like the last one and you're getting a boot, you hear?
Who pulled a knife on you?
That woman, Lara, Laura, whatever her bloody name is. She was screaming her head off about some kid. Tore the place apart. Ooh, bloody disturbing. Captain Grizzly had to clock her in the end. Threw her out on her arse. Good riddance.
So I maybe need to speak to Captain Grizzly.
Do this, bro. Do that.
Only if you're buying.
There's a second floor, but... Oh, there's stairs. Right. There's also a door there, but it's a zone change. Okay. Let's go up the stairs. How many drunk and unconscious people am I going to find here? My God. Tipplesome patron. 85 health? Good lord.
If you're here for the music, look elsewhere. It's like listening to a cat being flogged up here.
No ordinary customer you are. You're armed, steeped in slaughter. Oh. Was I supposed to notice this? No. No, I wasn't. Well, I mean, come on. A bar patron is not supposed to have 85 health. And 20 strength. He's not that drunk. As one of Ethel's loyal servants, this red cap has an additional 40 hit points. Gee, I wonder what the twist is in this fucking building, guys.
If we were at sea, the bitch queen would drown us for that travesty of a shanty. And she'd be right.
Yeah, right. You're playing the part well enough, I guess. Yeah, see, this is more like it. 6 health, 6 health. Oh, there's another one. Yep. Same deal. bit less strength on you, a bit less con as well, but you still got Ethel's blessing. Todd Whetstone, how are you?
Want to hear a hot one? The other day, I met some folks who banded together to fight back. Against what, you ask? Hags. How stupid can you get?
You suggest talking to Grizzly last. Right, so you suggest talking to Ethel last, then I fucking imagine. Or at least Ethel's lead servant in the area. Captain Grizzly, sister of the Seeing Pearl. Oh, well, she's sort of grabbing her head. She might be addled. She might not be Ethel herself. Either way. Shit ain't right. We'll get to her. Should we talk to her before we hit this door or after we hit this door? We've got a staircase as well. That's another door. So there's a cellar to look at. Alright.
The captain is gonna belt the heads off these lads if they keep singing. Stick around. It's gonna be quite the show.
Yeah, so the captain is either going to be the leader of the Red Caps or Ethel in disguise. Or a complete dude. But yeah, it might just be she's got a headache. Like her head's been messed with like the Flaming Fist captain. Madalitzo?
Dad, I'm not a cow you can sell on the market.
What have I walked into?
Honey. Creditors are clawing at our door. This marriage will save the business. Just meet the Nilsson's son. One meeting. For us. For your family.
Excuse me, sir, quick question. Would you marry a stranger so your family can make buckets of gold?
Okay. The meet with them at least part doesn't sound awful. But if she says no, she's saying no, and that's where that should lie. Like, my genuine answer is I'd probably meet with them, because if I happen to like the person and they have a lot of money, that's a plus. But if I didn't like them, then yeah, I wouldn't do it. So I'm gonna say 2. Though I do support her right to tell her dad to fuck off if that's how she's feeling about it.
See? I'll tell your mother to make arrangements.
But Dad...
Not another word. You'll meet the Nilsson boy, and you're going to love him. I promise.
Yeah, I don't like you. I don't like that at all. Wish I could be more nuanced there. I wish I could tell her my full opinion, because, like... I didn't want to lie, but also that sentence only goes as far as that sentence. It's, I would meet them at least. Not, I would agree with your dad's proposal out of hand.
The Nilsson boy is a lovely chap. Good family stock too. This marriage is for the best. You'll see.
Sure, Dad.
Ugh.
The Nilsson boy is...
Oh, the Red Caps are singing.
You know, Captain Grizzly, she glared at me once, nearly pissed myself. It was amazing.
Gotta stay sharp in case the captain calls on me. She likes a bit of pearl diving, spot of keel hauling. The old argy-bargy, if you get me.
Uh-huh. Ribald shanties for the discerning whoreson. A collection of bawdy tavern songs, each one more grimed in filth and innuendo than the last. One of them, Birthday on the Bilge Rat, is such horrifying material that any decent person would burn this book right now. The cleanest verse is... The first mate's cock stood like the mast, hard and veiny as a marble handle, and when the fair lass bent to him, she soon blew out his birthday candle.
Captain Grizzly, fierce as she, ruled the Sorcoast mad he sees.
Only if you're violent.
Waves rose up the bitch queen road. The blushing maid it comes.
Is that like a Wellerman parody, the one that they're singing there?
The bitch queen favors thee.
It is! Not this.
Captain Grizzly, fierce as she.
The bitch can Yeah, it's that the waves rose up. That part is really telling. They're fucking doing Wellerman, but awfully. Anyway, Grefter, you're here to look at this book. One Night in Nashkel. The cover of this pulp erotica describes the contents. After months of imprisonment in the Nashkel mines, Enchanter Zan cannot bear his solitude any longer, and decides to pleasure himself with the only companion he has, his sentient sword, the Moonblade. You can go to bed now, Grefter.
Ain't no better grizzly than Captain. I mean, Captain than Grizzly.
I've also ruined the twist of this location because I took one look at this first Tipplesome patron, thought, wait, you have way too much health, and then found this in his feature list that full-on calls him a redcap. So, you know...
My fearsome cats, the bitch queen favors thee.
Soon may the bitch queen come.
Oh, I'm cockeyed.
Another!
Vin Dorgo. Oh, there's a piano. Can I play that? Not well, apparently. We didn't learn that with the violin. Slog.
If you're some big fan of Duke Gortash, turn your ass around and walk. Preferably straight into the Arbor waters.
I mean, I intend to kill him. Does that make you like me more? Bruno Indomicus, you owe some debt.
Slavery. Word of advice: don't open a tab here. I didn't pay for 16 months, and suddenly it's work off your debt or lose a limb. Not a bit of reason on them.
Sorry, 6 months is teensy to you? What exactly would you consider a long time? Oh, we have a fun one over here. We have a heartfelt confession. Damn it. Don't be unclickable. Come on, don't be unclickable. Fuck, I have to steal it to read it. That's a friendly looking shadow. I hate this. Because as a failsafe, they have this, you can hold Alt and then click on the name to take anything you like, but this doesn't have a right-click menu, which means you can't do anything except the default option. Such as get spotted and then... Wait, do you not care? He doesn't care. We're fine. Barely legible, this letter is stained with beer, among other unidentifiable substances. Dearest Shimmer, I've been sailing up and down the Sword Coast for nigh on 40 years, and I ain't never seen a beauty that gun cut my heart like you did. Now, I ain't asking for an evening with a gent such as yourself. You've got suitors knocking on your door day and night, I've no doubt. Folk richer and finer than myself who could give you a life you deserve. Instead, I'm wishing, hoping, and praying you could gift me a favour. A lock of your hair, so that I might wear it close to my heart. I ask this knowing I've a better chance of Umberlead kicking down my door and dragging me to bed than I do of getting an answer. But should you do this for me, you'd make an old sailor's heart sing. I mean, Shimmer's passed out down there. You could just come at him with a knife. Snip off some hair and run away with it.
Moving ahead.
Right, that's everybody except for Captain Grizzly. The Quartasoon. An excerpt from The Quartasoon, a guide to sexuality, eroticism, and emotional fulfillment. We've read this one. Alright, Grizzly, let's see how this ends.
Can't a captain be bloody hungover in peace? Oh. Why, hello there. Captain Grizzly at your service. What can I do for a long drink of water like yourself?
Do you need a bard?
Afraid I've got that covered already, mate. They ain't tuneful, but they are cheap as piss.
Doesn't a captain need a ship?
You're standing in it, smart ass. Or her innards, at least. She may not sit on water no more, but she'll always be my ship.
What services do you offer?
Oh, there's drinks aplenty at the bar. Anything else? Well, those days are behind me. Even for one as fine-looking as yourself.
I'm here about a missing girl, Vanra.
Oh, not this claptrap again. Listen, Laura was here, all right? Knocking back pints like there's no tomorrow. But she was alone. I saw head nor ass of this so-called kid, and when we tried to kick her out, she pulled a knife on my front man. Bet she didn't tell you that bit, huh?
No, she didn't.
That's 'cause she's taking you for a ride. And not the fun kind. Look, I know Laura from my pirating days. She ran with Bart Blackdagger's crew. Heard they tossed her overboard when she gutted the bosun over a game of cards. Now, I'd no beef with her before this. All are welcoming the maid. But threatening my staff, claiming we took her kid, she's bonkers. Dangerous. Next time she pulls a knife on me and mine, someone might die. Something has to be done.
A child is missing. I just want to get to the bottom of this.
Gods. Do I have to spell it out for you? There is no child. Laura is mad as a box of frogs. She's dangerous. And I couldn't call myself a captain if I stood by and did nothing. I hate that it's come to this, but I'll pay a hoard of gold to whoever scuppers her. Permanently.
Why does your bar have 7 red caps in it? Now I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that I noticed, like, because, yeah, like, my perception of this whole room is completely changed by the fact that I noticed that. However, it wasn't like it's been spoiled or anything, you know? Like, in a sort of game interface sense, I found out fair and square, right? Like, I noticed something off about the guy's stats and was rewarded for my examination. But would you consider that a good piece of game design that enables you to figure things out quickly, or a flaw in the examine system because the character did not use any sort of magical ability to detect it was a red cap? I don't know. It's in a weird spot on, like, the, spectrum of finding something out legitimately versus having it spoiled for you. Like, consider it like this. There's a line. On one hand of the line, you have the clearly interfered with results, such as Googled it, Wikipedia'd it, or somebody spoiled it for you. So over here you have, like, the bad stuff where, hey, your intended experience has been fucked with. Then on the other scale, you have your intended experience is perfectly fine, but you found stuff out through your own work, such as, you know, you passed a skill check, or you read a note somewhere that's been planted in the game. They fully intended for you to read, learn what's going on here before you had this conversation. We're in the middle. Because on one hand, I found out purely through gameplay the way the game is designed and works. However, it's just awkward enough to maybe be a bug. Or, like, not a bug, but like an oversight. I find it out through their examine window because they have a status condition that mentions Ethel and red caps. How fair is that? I don't know. We also know the child is real because of the hag survivors. Yeah. Yeah, like, I wouldn't really buy this even if I didn't notice the red cap thing because of the hag survivor stuff, but on its own I might be like, I don't know. Anyway, that's insane.
No less insane than lying about having a kid.
I need to blow my nose, I'll be safe.
If you don't do it, I'll find someone else. You can make it painless. Not everyone will. Oh, you're no fun. I wanted you to stain your soul with the blood of an innocent mother.
Oh, well, guess I'll just decorate the room with your insides. They'll match my new carpet beautifully.
Hey there. How have you been? Because you look like you've gone to hell and back.
Hello, Petal. Miss me?
What was that status effect on you? Jaheira, you have that, that thing we made, yep. What the hell's you doing here?
Marina ran off with the child I was promised. Because of you. So I had to find myself a new one. And little Vanra was so very tasty.
That's so evil, even I'm impressed.
I'm already showing. Doesn't it suit me so well? Vanra sits in my belly, growing fat with power. In time, I'll vomit her up and have myself a fresh young hag to train. Unfortunately, that leaves me in a pickle. For while I'd love to rip your guts out, I shouldn't. Exertion is bad for the baby, you know. So, walk away. Walk away and let me a fine hag make.
Bitch, we beat you at level 5. No.
What? You'll kill me, touch me, and the girl dies. And I'll simply return, stronger than ever. A woman in my condition should be relaxing in the bath, not dealing with this nonsense. I'll leave you to my crew, matey. And should you somehow survive, stay away, or Vanra will suffer.
Fuck. Okay, so no, we're not dealing with the Hag's Bane just yet. Jaheira does tend to go first, though, which is great, because we've given her the potion. So as soon as we actually get Ethel, we can just whack that at her immediately. We did it before Karlach was throwing? Wow. Yeah, because Karlach started throwing... No, you're right. Karlach started throwing on our way out of the swamp, didn't she? Because we were fighting redcaps, and she picked him up. That was when we first started doing it. You're right. Speaking of... Oh, too far. Well, actually, she can just walk there. Not quite. No. Damn. Well.
Not but another harvest.
Do you have a good volley setup? Yes, actually, he does. The singers. Because, like, the problem with the volley setup is we need to avoid the pedestrians, but Minsk could get these three. So let's have you open with that if we can.
Punch.
Oh, she had to walk around the water alley. Right. Well, let's just have Minsk volley these three before any of them get moved by throwing.
Fool breaks the hearts. Minsk breaks the bones.
Oh, right. True, she could throw him in there. You're right. Hang on. How big is it? Yeah, if she tosses this one at that one, it might work out.
All right, Karlach, it's go time.
She can make it now through Minsk, but let's move. The problem is the elemental can't move right now. That can.
Always the same old song.
Jaheira can a little.
Survival is all that matters.
This is the easy part. Orders.
There.
Now there.
Now this is what? Pod racing? You get mad.
This'll help.
Sure will.
The kicking of butts.
I like they all have names now. We have Bert the Weasel Adams, Maggoty Jim, Flaming Pete, Silas Silvertongue, Two Toes Risha, and Blunder Bob. And fuck. That sucks. The pile does not get bigger. We should hit these three because he's already taken a smack, whereas these guys are full health. Man. It's quite good, yes.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Let's have a Nirulna on. Really? Why is this? Is the ceiling too low, or is it that beam? Now, the Dwarven Thrower works. Nirulna doesn't. There's something to do with the throwing arc. If we get you closer. Now we have it.
1, 2.
Do I bother with the action surge for these guys? Well, it's short rest. Oh, fuck. This is the face of a man debating whether he should reload. I should reload. I don't think it counts as a crime, but like just in my head, I don't want to kill Blable. No, he wouldn't have, but that doesn't make me feel better. Karlak, Minsk, and Jaheira are not the crew to kill a random fucking patron. Is it murder if nobody sees me do it? I mean, the Red Caps saw me do it, but I guess they won't be witnesses. It's too late now. I've gone back in time. Deal with it. It was turn 1. Whatever. Ugh. Come on.
Captain Grizzly at your service. Afraid I got that covered already. You're standing in it, smut. Oh, there's drinks and plenty. And when we tried to kick her out, she pulled a knife on my look, next time she pulls a knife on me and mine, I hate that it's come to this. No, you can make it painless. Not everyone.
Fuck me.
Hello, Petal. And little Vanra was... So... What? I leave.
There we go. Oh, now it's everybody's turn. Okay, let's get the necessary fuckers out of the way. Namely you. You. No. Karlak, you should be able to... First of all, get mad. I said get mad. Thank you. Well, they were already unconscious. I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't remember talking to Angevin Troy. That would be why. They mean too far still. No, it's not. Look, she can go all the way up there.
Tactical.
There we go. Now, can we get you... Hopefully it works this time for the range, but either way. Nah. The one we threw just isn't in range for Minsk.
Swallow your battle cry!
Well, the thing is, the pile doesn't even get any bigger because we cannot hit 4 here. Like, the only way to make us hit 4, I guess, would be to throw them without throwing them into another. But I don't want to do that.
Well, so much for peace.
Let's see.
I've got something special for you.
I got this. Want to do it?
Can't throw that one. She could throw this one further in now, actually. One of them's already nearly dead.
But kicking for goodness!
Alright, can we get 5? We can. Just. Jesus.
Gods, it's hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. That's her done, but for an action surge. Which we'll let her have. She can't throw people anymore, sadly.
Go on.
Well, they're nearly dead.
Red in tooth and claw. Into position.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Rid of
What path lies
you.
before me?
2 more. And both so very nearly dead. Get forked. And come on and multi-attack.
Ethel again. I was hoping she found some remote bog to rot in.
Well, the city's been a shock to them after all that time in the week.
Someone wants Captain Grizzly. Not gonna get her. I mean, the guy was dying. Like, there wasn't enough... Yeah, I guess that doesn't have the every other turn thing. I just didn't want to do anything with a detriment when, you know, it wasn't necessary.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
And they're straight back to chatting. What about all the dead people? And underwear on the floor. Also, it's a crime to loot these guys. What the hell? Oh, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. We're fine.
Are you hurt, honey? Did they get you? Are you blind?
I'm fine, Dad. What about you?
Don't mind me. Where in the hell's is Grizzly?
Oh, he does, yeah. He does give a shit. Okay, cool. Ethel's chest key and a... Wait, that's not a normal bomb. Scrap and shrapnel grenade. Makes you bleed. Doesn't damage you much, but gives you the bleed state.
What's hiding here?
Which they may have demonstrated on me if they'd ever been allowed to have a turn. They didn't. Hello.
What were those monsters? If there is so much as a scratch on you, I'm going to ruin Grizzly.
Dad, breathe. I'm all right. And you, thank you for stopping those, whatever they were.
Red caps. Confront Auntie Ethel. Confront Auntie Ethel.
Did they get you? Are you right?
Sounds about right.
I'm fine, Dad. What about you?
Don't mind me. Where in the hell?
I should speak up.
The hell's is the captain? Why didn't she stop them freaks?
No idea. I'll take the short rest here because we'll have an Ethel fight, and then after that we can have a sleep.
Nice little nap.
I've seen some dark shit down at the Maid, but I had never seen anything like them monsters. Thank you for taking them down.
You're welcome. What do the folks at the entrance have to say?
I need a drink. Bloody hells.
You're having a drink before.
Bloody hells, that was some ruckus. I catch you fighting any more drunks, I'll toss you all outside. Even if they did deserve a clatter.
I didn't fight drunks. I fought red caps.
Red cap? One of them pointy-looking fuckers? You know, I thought I saw it...
Magic tickles your senses. Someone or something has tampered with his memory.
Well, that makes sense.
Sorry, mate. Only red near as my patrons' faces when they've had a few too many. Take it easy, yeah?
You need to leave. Captain Grizzly is a hag. He's not going to take that the way it's meant. I'm going to fucking quick save before I say this, but hopefully we can get through to him. You need to leave. Captain Grizzly is a hag.
You saw her change too? I tried to gut her, but she dug her claws in me and...
Oh shit.
His eyes glaze over as the spell takes effect. His memory lost.
Here, mate. I know the captain's a bit of a battle axe, but a hag? You're out of line.
Am I...
Oi, crew or not, no fighting
I was in the bar.
Bloody hells, that was some ruckus. Guards above. Not again. You pull a knife that Captain Grizzly.
That was just the same lines as before. How about you two?
Are you alright?
We need to tell the captain about this. He's old friends with Grizzly.
We'll get the word out, but this ain't our problem. Nor yours, mate. Suggest you scarp her while the going is good.
Right on into their cellar, I'll scarp her.
Cursed to put my hands
I assume these two doors are to the same place because they're at the same level and right next to each other. Just around different ways. The Blurtian Mermaid, base, well, yes, Celador door, right? Let me just do a pirouette around the two doors. Yes, yes. Two doors, one destination. That is very obviously a way through. But hey, let's pick up the 5 gold first, shall we? Or not?
That might be worth a look.
What might? Oh! Karlak, you just went through... just went through the illusion without even really, like, thinking about it. Okay, so we got a few ways into this section.
Gonna dig. Gonna dig.
Okay. Gonna be a lot less potential murder underneath here than in BG1. No fights in here with people who like to cloud kill. Sure there are!
Waiting. Well, certainly waiting.
Wait, Chihira doesn't have it, does she? I was gonna say, sure there are! Us! But I think Gale was the one with cloud kill, and he's not with us right now.
Right tool will do the trick.
Oh, here we go. Right, so this is a big area, and then Ethel's through here or here, I guess. Because we can break that wall. But let's come out here first.
Auntie, I love you so much.
Captain Grizzly!
Baby must be so happy with Auntie.
Treasure.
I am.
Everywhere.
Oh, right, they're thralls. They'll attack us. If we wait, we can let them live. Let's go through that entrance then.
With haste.
Plus my elemental's down here. Also the real Captain Grizzly. Yeah, we'd want to save her. Oh, that doesn't... Right, I need to shoot it with fire. And now I've hang on, hang on. You warp up there.
Justice, truth, and a virtuous boot.
Nature's servant awaits.
I've got a long road ahead.
Or maybe it's an illusion wall. Whatever, I'm blowing this up. Displace, huh? Can't go through it. Damn.
Moving in.
Fine. Alright, everybody sneak.
Maybe I should stay crouched forever.
X marks the spot. Can I take the lot?
I love you, Auntie.
On my way.
So much.
It's saving itself.
No doubt about it. This is where the hag must be.
Ain't no doubt of... Oh, shit.
Trap. Be cautious.
Thank you.
Trap. Be cautious.
Don't give me trouble now.
Oof. Okay. I'm sorry, the wall cast vicious mockery. Sure. Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like a hag house.
What's that?
That would be the way out. we were talking about. I see no reason to sneak anymore.
Very well. Out of sight, out of mind.
Could we all unsneak, please?
What do we have here?
Fucking do it!
What's the story?
Waiting with bated breath.
Better to look evil in the eye, even if it be very small.
All's well that ends.
I don't know why I needed to do that with everybody individually, but... So I did. Do we have another... No. Well...
On my way.
Oh, the big tough hero finally showed up. I told you, Peckle, you can't hurt me without killing little Vanra. I have you beat, so do the heroic thing. Die!
Careful. Pierce dear Ethel's rancid hide, and we might harm the child within.
Well, Jaheira has a turn. She has lair magic. Her and her doubles have magic resistance, and she has eaten the child. Killing her will kill the child. Do we do this first, or do we do this right before she dies? Also, she's got these wards that, At the start of his turn, this mushroom that is keeping her alive regains all of its hit points unless something prevents it from healing. So the thing about that is, we don't need to worry, because we can deal more than 55 damage per turn. That ain't a problem. Karlach can fucking yeet that thing to death. But where's the other two? Right, they're not in the most convenient of spaces. That one's... yeah, Karlach can deal with these. Jaheira, can you get past... yeah, let's just get her to, like, there. And then she can eat the Hagsbane.
By your command.
No, throw it. There's a 30% chance of hitting. I don't love that.
What about this?
What did you... Stay down, Vagra! No!
That's it. Cough her up, Hag.
No! Stay down! Ah! You cost me a fresh young hand. I'm going to paint the wall with your guts, you little shit stain.
Remarkable recovery! How long were you in there? Anyway. Can't take actions for 3 turns. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we can delete those potions very easily in that amount of time. This is concentration. I don't know that I want to use that. You didn't do it, but you can. Walk into the tavern and glass her with the Hagsbane like a bogan at the rum jungle. I assume there's... huh. You're right. She can Ray of Frost the Hag, I guess. Does this... what's the deal with the chilled effect? Do I want to wait, or do I want to use it now? That was something to do with the elementals. Where's my Myrmidon? Am I missing one? No, it's here. It's just not in the turn order. Why isn't it not in the turn order? Jaheira, get out of high... you can't really get out of low ground, but go up as high as you can. Ah, you got out of low ground. Bugger.
Can we fight now? Who is not used to this taking of turns?
Yeah, the Myrmidon's hiding. Should I just elemental warp it straight to Ethel then? Or like, maybe I could try and warp it over to one of these. I actually can. It's not well suited for the 55 health thing though. Well, I mean, I could. Just use the Hemel strike on the bell. Oh, no, I can't anymore? Yes, I can. Because this is the far away one. I could just send this up there to deal with that. Has 3 strikes. Oh, it's true. That's 18 meters. Do I want to be there or away from it? Because I can go there. That's in range. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's an AoE, so I wouldn't want to be up next to it. Here, go here. Oh, you have to walk for that. Not quite. We're gonna need assistance, but we have the elemental, don't we? Who doesn't have a turn straight away, but Ethel's not going to be able to move. Oh well, she is. She's not going to be able to act.
To glory or glorious death.
But we should probably attack these before we attack Ethel. Minsk.
Who says smite?
Go as far as you can.
I must hit you very hard, I think.
You can't hit that one. You can't Hunter's Mark anybody other than Ethel, so do that. There's no point volleying. Conjure Barrage is an AoE. Okay. Makes sense. Is there anything else that we can do with him that's fun? What are these things, Psychic and poison. Ooh. No. Yeah, just shoot arrows, I think. Prevent your target from regaining hit points. That's what we want on this thing.
If I wanted my
It's dead
blood
anyway.
thing to petal, it wouldn't be you I'd call.
It would be Ghostbusters.
Blood comes easy these days.
She's not going to be able to act. We can kill her before she can even act. So let's just haste Karlak. Because I shouldn't be in any danger. Can't shoot anybody other than Ethel, so I'll just shoot Ethel. Here, have a luck of the Far Realms. Ha ha ha. Hoo hoo hoo.
Time to press ahead.
Go up there. The water elemental here can probably go smack the Pearl Spore Bell.
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Come, darlings. Help Auntie.
Oh, you were able to.
Dare challenge Grizzly. Captain I'll slit you from head to heel.
I thought she was nauseous. Can't take actions. Well. The real one's there. Funny how you can always tell just based on the turn order. Can you go over here? It provokes an attack of opportunity, but I need to kill this Pearl Spore Bell. Bye-bye.
Fungi are 1,000 of you, you pissant.
Pissant.
Yes.
I've heard of pissant, but pissant. That's new. I think moving Karlak here would allow her to toss at this and then toss at Ethel. Although I suppose we should toss at the fake ones. Oh, they're all invisible. We can't. Right. Well, we might take some hits from some spells in between the turns, but there's not much I can do about that. It depends. If we with Action Surge can kill Ethel and this mushroom, maybe.
Knees high.
But we need to kill the mushrooms because they're keeping her alive. What? Why did that happen? There was an invisible hag there. Hmm. Oh, she's not mad. Yes, your mushrooms. So we have 3 of these. We have Mask of Vengeance, Mask of Terror, and then Captain Grizzly. Just use Dwarven Thrower because Grizzly is too close, and we do want to.
Bloody clever clogs.
We got a shot at killing her. If we get a crit, we're done. Nah. Close. You have your full turn? Really? I just assumed this one would be tapped. Hey, Ethel. How are you? You're Vanra, right? Your mum sent me.
Mommy!
Bye then.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
All right. That was Jaheira. Double tap. Kill Auntie Ethel. Again. Hello, Mask of Servitude.
Auntie! Where is Auntie?
Fucking yikes.
Something good here. I hope. What to do? Never wanted the easy path.
I don't know, I'd say that was a pretty easy fight. Haste spores? Hello? What? Can't seem to do anything with it. Oh well.
What's up for discussion?
The real Grizzly, I presume.
I've raided warships, fought every beastie the sea can throw at you, and I've never flinched. Not once. But Ethel? Umberly's tits. She snapped her fingers and had me. I would have died for her. Wanted to. Then you showed up. Armed to the teeth. You could have killed me. Been right to. But you didn't. You have an old captain's thanks.
I've dealt with her before. I knew what to do.
Knowing and doing are two different beasts. And one is a hell of a lot harder than the other. You're welcome in the Maid. Anytime. The old girl is as much your home as she is mine. And I'll gut anyone who says otherwise.
I was not expecting to find a savable version of her.
I'm going to find a barrel of whiskey and drink it. Oh, bloody hells.
The whiskey or the barrel? Yes! Reinforced greatsword and a ring of Feywild sparks. While your Sorcerous Tides of Chaos feature is active, you will always trigger Wild Magic Surge when casting spells. Well, that that does nothing for anybody on our team, I'm afraid. As is tradition... No, I didn't even think about Chain Lightning. Shame. I was too busy hasting Karlak. Ah! She can't speak this time. Shame. Couldn't have happened to a nicer old bitch.
Auntie has my baby! Where is he? Where is my baby?
Right, no, never none of that, bye. Yeah, if Ethel is is an assumed name... yeah. Dunno. There's also Mask of Terror down here.
Have you seen Auntie? I need to find her before they come back.
Good luck with these three, Grizzly. You've got a bit of work there. Butterflies in the stomach. Oh god, it's her fucking potions again. Lost time. Reduces your armor class by 2 for 50 turns. A mother's loathing. Bite until long rest. Butterflies in the stomach. Hemorrhaged for 4 turns. There's some random alchemy ingredients here. Yeah, and this is the arena for fighting Grizzly and the Hag Servants. If you don't want to save them, you can fight them here, I imagine, and make the fight with Ethel even easier, but as demonstrated, you do not fucking need to do that.
Trap. Time to dance.
What's funny to me, right, is when I think about it, because, like, her red caps here were bar patrons, right? Her red caps in Act 1 were fucking sheep. I think they preferred this role.
Trap. Be cautious. Be wary. This place is trapped.
Mayrina, indeed. Yes. We need to tell the Hag survivors the good news, and we need to tell Laura... Well, Vanra would have run to her mother, but... Yeah, there are 2 places to go to. I'd also be maybe interested in speaking to that Flaming Fist. Wonder if we could also do the mask thing, like you can, in Act 1, if you put those masks on. So the masks look creepy, they look like they hurt you, because it's part of Ethel's flock sort of thing, but they actually allow you to go past her servants without getting attacked. Let's just go through this door. Save all the jumping bullshit. What's funny is that they don't actually look. If it weren't for the puddles of blood, these guys wouldn't look out of place with the clientele that were already there. Oh, because you can dispel the illusion without them knowing you've dispelled it. So you see the red caps buying. Let's go to Garlow's first, because I want to speak to Mayrina. What were you thinking? There it is.
Imagine what it's done to the house prices.
I'd never let the kids play out in the street now.
Portage needs to send the steel watch through here. Mop up all this riffraff. I think even they know their work now.
You seen any gazetteers around? Need to see if the new edition's out yet.
Plenty don't even have that, have they? What about all those refugees? They've got nothing.
So you haven't cleaned up all the corpses, then, have you?
Lady Marina wants to...
Yep.
She's dead, isn't she? Ethel is dead.
Yes. How did you know?
I felt it, I think. It was like a piece of glass had been lodged in my chest and was finally pulled free. And the girl? You saved her, right?
She's traumatized, but alive.
Thank the gods! You hear that, Connor? Ethel is dead. Oh, you didn't change back. You're still a zombie. I thought with Ethel gone. Never mind. I'll find another way to turn you back. Somehow.
He's never going to be human again. You have to let him go.
Connor, I love you. I've loved you since we were kids.
Skipped that one.
And you picked me bluebells and asked me to the summer fair. But you're gone. And this thing isn't you. Not anymore.
Looks like she's gonna put out a gun. I'm sorry you couldn't save him.
Not everyone can be saved. I learned that lesson from Ethel. I just needed you to remind me. Here. Thank you for killing Ethel. But I'd like you to go now. I'll be fine. I know I'm stronger than this. I just need some time.
Rare to see such good cheer from a group of people so down on their luck. We get the Fey Semblance Amulet. Advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
I can't wait to meet you.
Evil hides, and who seeks?
Sure is, holy shit.
Let's move. These boots have seen everything.
Back to Laura. And then a long rest.
Evaluation is harmless. People don't bloody look where they're.
We could go for a walk. Would you like that? Mummy! Mummy! Imagine it's all right, Vanra. We'll stay right here. You brought her back. You brought back my sweet, sweet girl.
Keep a closer eye on her in future.
I doubt I'll ever sleep again. For fear she'll be swiped from under my nose. Here. A token from the pirate life I left behind. Thank you for being braver than half this city put together.
Laura was grateful to us for bringing her
Everything
daughter
is going
home.
to be all right.
She thanked us with a small token.
Promise. Mummy.
Duelist's prerogative rapier.
Mummy is here.
Crits 19 if you wield it with an empty offhand, and an additional reaction per turn. Hey, Blue Moon, was this your best in slot when you played? A token, she says, giving me the weapon I'd been looking for the entire fucking game.
Sweet girl. What about we bake something? You love bacon. Remember?
I don't think we have anybody who wants this, but, yeah. Amulet of Wind Rider. What is she? Is that a staff?
It's all right, Vanra. I'll be keeping a close eye on Vanra from now on. Don't you worry.
But yeah, she used to be an adventurer. Well, a pirate, but still.
Everything is going to be all right. I promise.
Someone clean up this corpse. No one knows how it got there. I just wanted to see if that flaming fist has anything to say.
No traps, please.
Clean up the riffraff.
You types don't care.
Forgive me, I have the most pounding of headaches.
Yeah, I think the hag fucked with her head too, to prevent her from being useful. Well, next week I'll probably go to the park. Maybe push up that way. We're a little early, but considering we just finished something... I think that's about where I should finish. But we'll take a long rest first, so if anything happens in the long rest, we'll do that. Probably not though, right? Oh, is this a different entrance? Looking for that entrance. Let me just move here. So we're up to 3 places, or well, we're up to 4 places we haven't quite finished with that we can see. Candle Hallows for the Murder Tribunal. This mansion, whoever's it was. Hellsick and Flim Cargo.
The book was a lot more lewd than it's.
Do y'all have any post-Ethel thoughts?
What is it, my friend?
He doesn't.
The cub speaks.
Not even Karlak? We saved a child. You're very into that sort of thing.
Darling?
Nope. Baldur and Baldur's Gate. There we go. Okay.
Another one who can't take a bit of hard
Yeah, but I don't count that along on this map because, like, we also have Cazador and Shadowheart and all that shit. Well, I guess the Lae'zel one should
Such authority.
follow that logic too. Anyway,
Still alive. So that's progress.
right, I was supposed to use this on it. Doesn't matter terribly because I don't actually have any level 6 spells. So I can just use this on
Tamrin worked harder than they did. He was still chipping away with
anything.
Never saw when he left.
At your command.
At least things have stayed interesting.
The elf song for all we know.
Is that it? I think that's it. There.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Yeah, it seems to work. So long as Arcane Battery is toggled, I can still upcast to 6. Okay. Wait, this is the end of the week. I'll do a proper save, not a quick save. But anyway. That'll do us. I will catch you guys tomorrow. We'll be doing the Pirates of the Caribbean Tall Tales this weekend on Sea of Thieves, so that'll be interesting, though I'll see how much of it ends up muted, because I'll be using the mute copyright audio feature, which... we'll see if we can actually hear the Tall Tales, but, you know, gotta protect myself from the mouse. Fare thee well, everybody.